Diogenes, the savage philosopher who mocked kings and lived in a barrel. Imagine a man so fearless that he insulted the most powerful king in the world. A man who rejected wealth, lived in a literal barrel, and saw society as one big joke. This isn't some crazy myth. This was Diogenes, the wildest philosopher of all time. And today we're diving into his savage life. Who was Diogenes? The origins of a madman. Born in Sinop around 412 BC, Diogenes was exiled for defacing coins. His father was a banker, but Diogenes didn't care about money. Legend says he defaced the city's currency as a protest, or maybe just for fun. Either way, he got banished. He arrived in Athens and met the famous philosopher Antisthenes. Antisthenes, a student of Socrates, wasn't looking for followers. When Diogenes asked to be his student, Antisthenes literally beat him with a stick. But Diogenes didn't back down. Instead, he said, "Hit me if you want, but you'll never find a stick strong enough to drive me away from philosophy." Antisthenes gave up, and thus began the legend of Diogenes the Cynic. The barrel life and his extreme minimalism. Diogenes rejected all material possessions, living in a ceramic jar, not actually a wooden barrel. He saw wealth, power, and luxury as illusions. He owned nothing but a cloak, a walking stick, and a wooden bowl, until he saw a child drinking water with his hands. Diogenes' reaction? "A child has outdone me in simplicity." And with that, he threw away his bowl. He ate whatever he found, sometimes raw meat, sometimes discarded scraps. Once, caught pleasuring himself in public, he casually said, "If only hunger could be satisfied as easily as lust." Yeah, he really didn't care what people thought. Trolling Plato and philosophical roasts. Plato tried to define humans, and Diogenes humiliated him. Plato said, "A human is a featherless biped." Diogenes' response? He plucked a chicken, stormed into Plato's academy, and shouted, "Behold, Plato's human." The students died laughing. Plato was forced to add, with broad nails, to his definition. Diogenes roasted famous philosophers, rich men, and politicians. When asked why people give to beggars but not to philosophers, he said, "Because they think they might become lame or blind, but never that they might become wise." Diogenes was ancient Greece's most savage comedian. The time he insulted Alexander the Great. Alexander said, "I am Alexander the Great. Ask me for anything." Diogenes' response, "Move, you're blocking my sunlight." The crowd gasped. This was the most powerful man alive. But instead of killing him, Alexander laughed and said, "If I were not Alexander, I would wish to be Diogenes." Diogenes' comeback? "If I were not Diogenes, I would still wish to be Diogenes." Absolute zero respect for authority. His death and savage last words. How did Diogenes die? Some say he got sick. Others say he held his breath until he died. Nobody knows for sure. But his burial request? "Just throw my body over the city walls for the animals." The people were horrified. He said, "Why should I care? I won't know the difference." Even in death, he refused to conform. Diogenes mocked the powerful, rejected society, and lived life on his own terms. Was he a genius or just crazy? Maybe both. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.